There is a enormous war happening on crypto Twitter, and it's all under blockchain backers comments, guys. Okay, so we're going to be answering the age-old question: have we topped out yet? Have we already hit the prices and the height of the crypto market, right? The bull market, and now we will go down to the bear market. That's what we're going to be investigating in today's video. Now, here's what BC Backer says. There are a series of indicators emerging in the crypto market that are nearly identical to what happened at 2021's top. Unless if the Russell and Total 2 break out, I'll be highlighting these all week. Okay, and here's the big war, guys. Yeah, right, just like the 2021 retrace that never happened, and just like crypto follows the Dow Jones, that suddenly transformed into the Russell. There's a lot of people hating, guys. But again, BC Backer here isn't just making this up. Oh, you guys realize this, right? The chart literally shows divergences, which marked the previous all-time high of Bitcoin, and it happened here as well. But this divergence isn't as bad as when you look on Bitcoin's 2, 3 weekly and monthly charts. There are enormous divergences, bearish ones that is. Even though we have seen this, I could bet, if I was a betting man, that we have not reached the top. Now, how do I know we haven't reached the top? Okay, even though this looks like a head and shoulder pattern, when we go to the USDT.dominance chart, guys, right, it looks like some type of like head here, the left shoulder and right shoulder, right? The target is all the way up there. But again, this could be, what I think is maybe here is a short-term bottom for this chart, a short-term top for Bitcoin and cryptos. It's not going to be like I think we are going to dump, not right now, but soon to come, okay, due to a black swan event. But I don't think that it will be like a bear market. I think it will be something like short-lived, right? It's going to be like V-shaped out of there if we do dump, which will cool the indicators off. The reason being is because this is why. This one chart, okay, which we have talked about multiple times before, has not grabbed the liquidity from the bottom side. Look how much liquidity there is, okay, for Tether here. There's so much liquidity. Even if we do pump like this, no matter where we go, guys, it's still going to dump back down. Okay, this liquidity needs to get swept before the top 4 Bitcoin is in. Minimum, right? Minimum. That's how I'm telling you, and that's how I know the top isn't in, even though there are major bear signals flashing before our faces. Okay, what I think is we may cool off for like 6 months, for a little bit of time, nothing too crazy. It's only when the money printer comes back is when we're going to rage. Remember, everything's tied to liquidity. So if the money printing hasn't even begun, we can't top out, right? It's not like the long-term top signal. It may be a short-term top signal, but we're talking about the Pico top from Peter Schiff. Eric Trump predicted that the Fed will soon return to QE. If Eric believes this, chances are his father does too, Donald Trump. This says a lot about the president's plans for the Fed, his knowledge of the true underlying weakness of the US economy, and why the biggest risk is soaring inflation. So this is exactly what's going to happen. A $30 trillion print is coming in the year 2026. So I think we may cool off till then. But again, I think October will pump. I think when the ETFs for XRP launch is when we may top out. So we have to make our move in October. Okay? But 2026 arrives, all this liquidity will be swept, and possibly all of this too. Look how much liquidity there is. This goes down, cryptos are flying up. insanely hard. So that's my reasoning on why Bitcoin hasn't seen the top of the bull market again, but this could be a short-term top. Okay, so let's go up here and see if he said anything else. So he posted a few other charts about Bitcoin's fractal of it topping out, guys. But here's one major metric on why cryptos haven't topped out yet. Okay, it's called the historical social metric risk. We're in a ghost town. From CZ, dumb question about X. My followers grew quickly from 9 to 10 million in a bear market, then slowed to a halt after 10 million. Even in this bull market, followers grew fast in previous bull markets. Lost correlation? Is this normal or something wrong with X, or am I being too cool? Or maybe we haven't even hit the real bull market yet. Ding, ding, ding. You guys understand what this insider who's a billionaire just said? Okay. The billionaire CZ who created Binance and BNB, okay, one of the highest manipulated asset out there, just told us the real bull market hasn't even arrived. Because in the previous bull markets, in the previous even bear markets, followers were growing heavily. Now all of a sudden, it's quiet. Right? And I've noticed this with my stats as well. In the last bull market, it was going very beautiful. Even in the bear market, there was just so much hype. Out of nowhere, there isn't. Why is this the case? And I think the real bull market hasn't even arrived. Okay? The reason being is because when you look at the historical social risk, okay, of crypto, Bitcoin's price is going higher, but social risk combines YouTube views, Twitter analysts, Twitter exchanges, YouTube subs, right? Anything that has to do with social media, guys, and that talks about cryptos, it's at near zero. It's at 0.1, right? 0.1. Now this was from 2 months ago, so I don't know where it is right now. I'm guessing it's still in this range, okay, low. But by the way, this indicator is all about retail. Retail is not here. Retail will be here when this shoots up like this, and that's going to be the top of Bitcoin. Happen here, happen here, happen here. It hasn't happened here. You guys see these peaks? Let's go to BC Backers, fractal, or the indicator. Check this out. This is very fascinating. So, peak 1, peak 2. Okay, that's peak 1, peak 2. What is the difference from this chart and his? You guys know or no? Retail was swimming here. Retail is nowhere to be found on this chart. Okay? So in my opinion, looking at the social risk is a better indicator of knowing when the actual tippity top of the bull market hits. Once again, I think this is a short-term top because of the bearish divergences on the higher time frames. Okay, if we take a closer look on Bitcoin, what do you guys see? Bearish divergences everywhere. So I do know that this has to cool off on the 2 weekly. 3 weekly is even more diabolical. The monthly just becomes ridiculous. That's a head and shoulder plus a bearish divergence, the strongest indication that we'll dump. So yes, Bitcoin will probably dump, but when that QE returns, it's going to go like this, literally. Which means this will be one full bull market. Okay? short-term top, probably the long-term top, and then the final top is at 1 million next year. Okay, so do you guys understand what I'm talking about here? Right, for all time, page views of Bitcoin's Wikipedia page. 2018 was vertical. 2021 was higher than where we're at right now. New weekly YouTube subscribers of influencers. You guys see the difference? Right. Oh, this was just recent. 2024 had a bunch of them. It's a dead market right now. Right? New weekly YouTube views of influencers videos. Okay? Here's I think this is just because there are more YouTubers making videos, right? But again, it's not. This thing probably has to shoot up multitudes higher for us to be at the top, because remember, they won't make cryptos top out if retail isn't even buying, because retail is their extra liquidity, right? So what they do is lure everyone in, guys, and then they dump it, right? To grab as much as extra liquidity as possible. Okay, so my thoughts are, there is a short-term top here. I think in the month of October we're gonna pump, and that's our last chance to get out or whatever. And then we wait until QE begins. They're going to make assets balloon to heights, astronomical heights, and that's the actual top. So those are just my opinions. I guess everyone has their own, not financial advice. So choose wisely. Whatever says Sophie's amazing. See ya.